So Chris, you've got quite a few courses coming up this May and June. What's happening?
Well, on May 29th, on Saturday, there's going to be a How to Grow Oyster Mushrooms workshop.
Oh, those mushrooms that grow like on the beach by mermaids?
Different kind of oyster, no. No, these, you can actually find oyster mushrooms in the wild around here, in fact, throughout most of North America. But this is a way to grow them actually in your backyard. And it's fun and easy.
You can farm mushrooms in your backyard.
You can farm mushrooms in your backyard.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm going to learn how to do that.
Yeah, so that'll be a fun class. And then the next day, on May 30th, is a class called Quest for Fire.
That sounds pretty cool. Tell me about that.
Yeah, Quest for Fire is based on the old TV, the old movie that has our intrepid band of hunter-gatherers where we've lost our fire. And we have to work together to create fire so that we can avoid the unpleasantness of hypothermia and raw meat.
So you're just going to take like a can of gas and like a lighter? And...
No, in this case, all we bring with us is the clothing that we've got. And we don't use knives, we don't use lighters, we don't use matches, we don't use anything except what we find and that's locally found and Stone Age. So even if we find a bottle, we can't use it.
Oh, really?
Got to be Stone Age. So it's a very exciting class. It's a fun class and very educational. We'll end up making our fire with rocks and sticks.
Rocks and sticks? Sounds like a good way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Rain or shine.
Really?
Yep.
So what other classes are going to do?
Also, I'll look at my list here. June 5th and 6th, there's a cob oven building workshop, and that'll be out at the Sunflower Farm. And that is using cob, which is a mixture of sand and clay and straw. We'll be building an outdoor oven that's an old style of oven, but amazingly efficient. And by the time that it's all ready to go, we'll be able to bake, say, a dozen loaves of bread at a time.
The same day?
At the same time. And, and the oven will stay hot so that once that set of loaves comes out, we can throw something else in.
Wow.
That actually will stay warm for a period of a couple of days at least.
Wow.
So you can, in the later stages, you can still use the oven for drying foods and toss in a few wet logs and you can dry your firewood that way too.
And are you guys going to have like a little feast at the end of building it, or does it take a while to cure?
It takes a little while to cure, so we will use it in later programs for sure. Right. Yeah, it'll be a fun thing to have there. Right on. And we'll get dirty and muddy, and it'll be great.
Stone Age barbecue.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So what else is going
on? And then on June 12th is an edible, medicinal, and useful plants hike. So we're going to be going out and looking at everything that we can find along a certain trail that I like to go on. And it's amazing the amount of usefulness that is just free and given to us by our plant brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I went on that with you last summer, I think, and it was a really, really wonderful day of just seeing all of these really, really, right there plants for food. And the way you introduced us to some of the poisonous ones was a really, really, great experience for me. So I'm looking forward to doing that again.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, so we'll learn how to use certain plants if you have a cut, if you have bruising, if you need something to brush your teeth, if you need string, dental floss, a fishing line, so many different things. And then, of course, what you can eat and what you really shouldn't. June 19th and 20th is a really amazing weekend. 2 days, it's called Living Like Our Ancestors. And during this class, we're going to be learning a huge variety of different ways that we can reconnect with the earth, where we can meet our needs, but do so in a way where we're receiving that directly from the land.
What kind of things are you going to do? Like specifically, what kind of skills are people going to get? What kind of challenges are they going to face?
Well, some of the skills that we'll be doing is starting a fire from friction. So we'll be rubbing sticks together to make our fire. We'll also be harvesting cedar bark and making a quick and efficient style of basket. We'll be learning a bit more about some edible, medicinal, and useful plants. We will learn a lot about how to set up a camp, because there's so much that goes into a good selection of your camp so that you can have a fun time and not run into some of the difficulties that can happen, like choosing a spot that's going to be warmer than if you were down, say, at the picturesque edge of a lake.
Yeah. It's funny where I always find where they put all those provincial campsites is like the worst possible place to camp in that area.
Right. Often the case.
Most
yeah.
people are in a camper, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's funny how that goes. What's that class called again?
It is Living Like Our Ancestors.
Nice. And it's in June?
It is June 19th and 20th.
Oh, hope I can make that one. That sounds really good.
Yep, that will be a lot of fun. And a big part of what we also focus on is it's the reconnection. So it's connecting with the earth, it's living in harmony with the earth. And our ancestors did that for virtually the entire length of the existence of our species. So we can do that as well. We just have to get back into that ancestral way of being, and then we can live in harmony too.
Wow, that sounds exciting and challenging, but a really, really nice way to reconnect. Wow, glad you're doing that. So, Chris, is there anything else you'd like to say to these fine folks watching the video here about, I don't know what Pathways is about, or what we look forward to doing with people?
Well, we look forward to having a lot of fun this summer and learning a tremendous amount. And it's always fun for me as well, because I learn every time I get together with a group of folks.